Good morning. Yes, I didn't quite come in time. Yes, because I am not part of you. Yes, I'm not going through the training. We assigned him to come and do the training. So we have already approved the training and the training is going on. So I'm really happy we're beginning to digress. Father is still coming from that up, he's not around, because the way we really want to do this is to break it down in such a way that even a baby in the womb will understand. This one is too theoretical for me. But I believe we will still get to that. That is what we are talking about in sacred shared flourishing. We just signed an MOU with Abu Dhabi Peace Forum in Mauritius. I think that was about 2 weeks ago. So to hold this assembly, which by God's grace will take place in December next year, we still have more than 1 year to prepare for it. In Abu Dhabi, by God's special grace, and the preparation for this big 11th World Assembly is what we are doing now. What we are doing now is the preparation for that big assembly. And that big assembly we are going to attend, which is going to bring over 1,000 participants across the world. We have already adopted through the APC, Assembly Preparatory Committee, which I belong to, adopted this topic, the sacred shared flourishing, to be taken to all the continents of the world so that people will understand, so that people will not think that it is something abstract. We're not talking about abstract. We're talking about how we will live together, how we want to live together, how I will look at you and respect you and, work together with you because of that divine being, because of that almighty God, because of that creator that is bigger than you and me. How do we live together? How do we prosper? How do we just, move above, the ordinary common thing and begin to flourish in goodness? And begin to flourish in goodness. That is just the essence of that topic. Because look at what is happening today in the world. War all over the place. Conflict all over the place. Everybody is weaponizing war now. See our Trump, even our Pope recently, wrote something on that. How do we get above this? How do we begin to go beyond just talking as we are talking here now? How do we live it? How does that, I like so much the motto, the logo of the Ufuk Dialogue Center, which says, create a room, reserve a room for everyone in your heart. That's just about sacred shared flourishing. Have respect for everyone. Whatever you think that affects you, whatever you think that you don't like, whatever you think that infringes on your rights, is exactly infringing on somebody's rights. And if that is the case, we shouldn't not only be part of it, but we should try to see how we can recreate the kind of society that is accommodative, that is inclusive, that sees everybody as an important segment of moving forward. So we are not just talking about the worldview here. You may have your worldview, I have my worldview. But what we are talking, how does your worldview, how does my worldview contribute to flourishing? Contribute to the flourishing of humanity? That is the essence of that topic. That is the essence. I said earlier when Father wasn't here, that Father is coming from up, down. He will still break it. Ashad will still break it. for us, so that we will understand we are just talking about our common everyday life. How do we improve it better so that we will all together flourish as people created by one God? The concept doesn't really matter. I don't think the concept matters for God. It doesn't. And it does not really matter also here, in as much as those concepts wouldn't infringe on anybody's right. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that we have common goal to make our communities, to make our environment, to make our society, our country a better place for everybody, where everybody can thrive, can flourish. That is it. And I'm so happy to be here today to thank Father who was there in Kenya for the program, for the training, and our Ashad who came all the way from Nairobi in preparation for this. This is just one of them. More will come. More trainings will come to prepare us so that by the time we get there, we will not be discussing what we are discussing now. We will be talking to people who already understood what we are talking and who are ready to move out to the society to begin to implement, to begin to bring other people on board. That is the essence. So thank you very much. As I said earlier, just to say hi, just to greet us and then disappear again. As he said, we have meeting now. And in fact, the meeting has started and I'm going to look for a place where Father will give me maybe his office and join